Welcome to the Impactors Podcast. I'm Corey Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool.
And we are the owners and founders of Hindsight HacKing Media, agency, podcasts, funnels, graphics, and more. Head on over to gethhm.com to learn more.
Guys, we created this podcast to help you go create an impact today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, today. We're taking all the fluff, all the BS out so you can go create an impact.
And today's topic is
finding the who. Watch out. Don't have too many who's. You don't need a who village.
No who village is here.
No who village.
That's right. All right. So yesterday we talked about coaching and we ended with don't have too many coaches. But this conversation, Ron, we wanted to bring up like overall don't have too many who's, right? And so, to start with that, let's go back to the employee aspect. Let's go back to your contractors and people on your team aspect. Why is it so important to not have too many people?
A couple of things. One is things will fall through the crack because other people will think they're going to be doing something that the other person's doing, especially if they have the same skill sets, right? If you're not organized in a way that you can handle multiple people and doing the same role, right? However, it does create more that you have to manage as the entrepreneur as your team gets bigger. So get the right people, keep your team small, understand capacity, and then add very transparently with your team where you're going to add and how you're going to add it. So everyone has a very clear understanding how they work together.
Yeah. And, I'm glad you brought up that example actually, because that's something as we built our team and tried to understand how much of a workload, right? Like you hire the subject matter expert, you figure out, okay, are they working part-time, full-time? Like how long are they working? And then how are they maximizing that time? So it's a mix of challenging them to be faster, better, more efficient, and challenge and making sure that they are part of the process of knowing when they're at capacity, right? And so you and I, every week when we meet with team members, okay, where are we at? Can you handle more? Right? Like we're giving them the option, right? And when we're challenging them to hopefully maximize that time and be efficient and find ways to be more efficient, right? With how we are giving them work and how we're getting work and that kind of stuff. But at the same time, we know like, okay, we might need another audio editor. We might need another video editor. We might need another social content person, right? Like whatever this is, we're having these conversations week in and week out and knowing like there's a certain point when we can bring on somebody more to, that's financially responsible for us as well. Right. So every aspect, it's a complete transparent conversation that, hopefully your team is involved with it. And you don't want somebody that doesn't have a balance, but you also don't want somebody that's working 4 hours a week and getting paid for 8, or, you know what I mean? So that's the team piece. But the other one is, what if you're hiring contract out work, or you hire a coach, or you hire somebody to do websites and graphics and ads and that kind of stuff? What's your take on all that?
Okay. So my mind went right back to that. So that's where it must be where it's supposed to go. Okay. At the end of the day, when you hire any who to do any role in your company, be involved with what they're doing. You need to have a very clear understanding what it takes to actually accomplish any task that you're hiring a who for. And that's not to it is to check up on them for sure, to make sure that they're following like the same speed. Like we know how long X, Y, and Z takes on any of the tasks that we hand out. Right. So we understand that. Now, when it's something that we're not as versed from, you have to ask a lot of questions and be a lot more involved so you can learn through them what they're doing, not to do better than them, but to have an understanding of what your who is doing. So then you can put some expectations around that.
Yeah. And, I want to bring someone on or bring a comment to that. And this fits for an employee, or if you're just hiring someone out, is our company runs Facebook ads. right? For people.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't understand Facebook ads the first time we were hired to run Facebook ads.
Correct.
So what did we do? We brought in somebody. And then it was a matter of, okay, we're doing the reporting on giving the feedback to the clients on different ads, but we're working through it with our person, right? Okay, how is this short video? Why is it working? Why is it not working? What are the results? What's the cost per click? Like all the little details we had to learn, and we learned it with our person that was doing it. We were not sitting on the sideline and just saying, okay, thanks for getting this.
And that person didn't last, and we found a different who. Right?
Yep.
If you remember. Now, I'm not sure, like looking back, if that was the best decision. Maybe because we made some assumptions that we still didn't understand. Okay. Right. I'd still like the second person better. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? However, when you hire a who, you have to have a trust level with the who.
Yep.
And if you don't have the trust level with the who, you have the wrong who.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so we're not the greatest Facebook ads people, but we have the great Facebook ads people on the team, right? Like that's not again, we're not running every specific ad on the, for the company. We've got people for that. And so, it's just understand you can have too many. So from a team perspective, make sure to grow slow. But if you're hiring out, make sure to understand what the people are doing that you're hiring, right? And then we talked yesterday about the coaches, right? Don't have too many voices in your head telling you, 7 ways to change things. And then you're never going to get anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So,
can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah, we can.
I think people need to understand. Well, this is like a monster, like wormhole thing that is about to happen. So I'm going to apologize. Okay. People need to understand coaching's a business. Okay. That's why you have to be careful who you hire. You need to understand if they're in it to help you grow, to get you to the next level for their fame, which is something they can use, but it benefits you. Or they're in it for your money and they don't really want you to graduate from their coaching program. They want to keep you in it for their fame. Either way, it benefits them. Only one way benefits you.
Yeah. All the time we train people that they don't need us.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you want to stay with us because of something else, awesome. But we are always giving that feedback to someone that they don't need us. And every coach should have that, right?
Yes.
So, all right. Making sure the action step from today, making sure we talked about the coaches, just have the limited voices, making sure to limit the amount of people and how you hire people. So you don't have too many, even contracted as you have people helping you execute on your business.
Right.
What are you paying out? Who are you paying out, and limiting those voices? So what's the action step, Ron? What's the takeaway that you want people to have today for them to go make an impact?
Know your values, know where you need help with, search it out. Ask questions for that person to find out if they're a good fit. And then trust that they are the good fit and do what they say to do.
Mic drop.
Bam.
Pen drop. I'm not going to break my mic, but pen drop. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. Enjoy.
No fluff, no BS, just impact. Go make some.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to learn more, head on over